Thank you, Dawn. And on to our next point, which would be how wages directly affect morale in the workplace. So we've all heard the famous phrase, money doesn't buy happiness, right? I don't know about you guys, but it would definitely make me a little bit happier if I had just a little bit more money, right? Well, how does this famous phrase apply to the workforce? Well, let's think of it this way. Say you're only getting paid minimum wage at a job, 7.25 or whatever that is in your state. I'm not sure. Um, but you can't afford the cost of living due to inflation or whatever reason. Okay, are you going to stay somewhere and work really hard when you're not being compensated accordingly just to survive? Maybe you might get another job, but odds are you're probably going to go to a different job that pays you enough, that compensates you and values you, right? But how does this affect the company that you leave behind? Well, you just left behind a bunch of your responsibilities, all the work that you left behind, all of that. It's left to those other employees who are still only making minimum wage, so they're not going to get a raise. They just got more work to do. They're not being compensated accordingly, which sucks. So minimum wage really affects people who don't have a degree, they're just entering the workforce, or maybe they didn't finish high school for whatever reason, so they're just kind of stuck. They can't get a job that pays better. So this is going to lead employees to feel undervalued, underappreciated, because they're not being compensated accordingly. Productivity is ultimately going to drop because of this. I don't know about you, but I've definitely worked in some places that doesn't have the best work environment, and I'm just kind of there to make what money I can and get out of there. Versus companies that I work for that I have absolutely loved. I've adored the people, the environment, every aspect of it, and I want to do my best. I want to do more for them because they are compensating me accordingly. Not only that, but companies with low morale, they're going to spend a lot more on hiring costs because they can't keep people employed. People are always leaving, looking for better jobs, better environments, better wages, okay? Versus companies that pay them accordingly, therefore their productivity goes up, their morale is higher, and they can keep people. So they're saving money by not hiring as many people because that's corporate America for you. It's cheaper to keep people than replace them. Okay? And ultimately, appreciation equals compensation, right? All right, and so in summary, minimum wage is the lowest possible dollar amount that an employer can pay an employee to still afford the cost of living. Minimum wage hasn't risen in over a decade. I still can't even believe that. And then we could possibly spend less on government welfare programs if we raise the minimum wage and kind of get people out of poverty that way. And money does buy happiness, folks. Don't care what you think about that. I think that's true. Now, we just want to leave you with some final thoughts. Do you think you're one of the lucky ones that is above the poverty level? Find out. I know we mentioned it in the slides above. Okay? Another thing we want to leave you with is, do you think you're able to support a family on minimum wage alone? I know there's a bunch of single dads, single moms, single parents out there that are doing this and they're making it work, and kudos to them. But I think we could help them out by raising the minimum wage. Think that what you will. Another thing we want to leave you with is, do you believe increasing minimum wage would be beneficial or detrimental to society as a whole? Would it help you out? Would it help someone you know out? Food for thought. But thank you so much. That was our presentation. Bye, guys. Almost forgot. Here's our works cited page. Enjoy.